Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you about inflation and price increase. As you've noticed so far in 2021, prices keep going up. In fact, today, as of today, there has been a 5.4% increase in cost of goods. And as you probably heard, that the prices for labor have been going up too. So basically, when you hire an employee, what you pay for the employee has also gone up. The other problem that we're having is gas. Gas prices have increased 35%, right? And we have to absorb all these. What happens is if you don't take care of the pricing now, then at the end of the year, you're going to notice that this and this is going to come out of your profit. So what do we do about that? Because what we're working for is profit. And if we lose the profit, then it's kind of pointless to work, right? So we have to increase our price. So what should we increase it by? Well, what are our biggest costs? The first biggest cost we have is labor, right? And that's gone up, at least inflation-wise, gone up 5.4%. Our second cost is gas, and that's gone up 35%, right? So now what we need to do is we need to go back to our pricing and add an increase in price that protects our profit. But let's talk about pricing for a second. How do we price things in our business? Basically, everything is priced by the hourly. So, if you're in a rural place, further away from a city, you might be at $100 an hour pricing rate. If you're in a urban city, a bigger city, you're going to be close to 150. If you are in certain more expensive cities, like say downtown San Francisco, downtown New York City, then you may be higher than that, right? So how do we adjust it? Well, right off the bat, at least the 5.4% increase has to be on this. And then what you need to figure out, how much of your cost is labor. So for example, if this is 100% and out of this, your revenue, your labor cost is 10% and it's gone up 35%. So you need to increase that 10% by 35%. Now, let's just say that it's another 5%, right? So let's say 5% of our cost is from inflation, 5% increase is from labor. All right. And this amount will depend on what your truly percentage for your labor is in what you're charging. So let's just say it's 10%. And I think that's pretty decent. It's going to be around 10% or so. When you increase your price by 10%, basically all this is doing is protecting what you had before. So this isn't making you any more money than you did in the past. But if you had a 150 hourly rate, for example, now you're going to be up 10%. So it's going to be more like 165 an hour, right? And the way most of you probably know how that works, but let me explain it for the people who might not know. So for example, I'm charging, let's say 150 an hour, right? If I have 3 rooms in a hall, It takes me 1 hour to do. What I do is I take the 150 and I divide this by this, which is 3 rooms and a hall, and I can come up with whatever that 150 divided by 3 rooms and a hall is, and I can tell the customer, well, it's $40 a room, so 40 times 3 is 120, and then the hall, that's the rooms, and $30 for the hall. Okay, and it's $30. So here's my 150. So basically I'm gonna make $150 in 1 hour, right? So I take the 150 and I divide it by these, and then I give them the price broken down. $40 a room. It could even be in square footage. You can divide the total, this price, by the total square footage to determine the square foot price. So that's basically how it's priced. You don't go tell the customer, hey, it's going to be $150 an hour. They're going to be in shock because they probably don't make 150 themselves, right? So that's how you're doing the pricing. So what I'm recommending is, in order for you to preserve your margins, what you were getting before, you need to take that inflation into account today instead of worrying about it after the year's ended and realizing that the 10% is your added cost instead of what you were making before. You're basically paying for that. So what I want you guys to do is just take the price that you have, figure out your cost, and then come up with a new price. Now for the guys who have our spreadsheet already, you can do this in the spreadsheet. And basically, if you don't know what the spreadsheet is, when you buy a package from us, you get the spreadsheet. And what you do is you put in your actual cost of everything, you know, your cost of the van, cost of labor and all that. And then it'll spit out a price for you that you should be charging. And in it, it also takes into account your profit margin. So how much do you want to make profit per hour? Also, we have a price list. That is the average price list around the country. And a lot of you guys already have that because you started a business with us and you got that in your package. When you got that price in your package, the price is for carpet cleaning, upholstery cleaning, tile and grout cleaning. It's per room. It's also per square footage. There's restoration price, all kinds of tile and grout prices in there. So you want to go back to your spreadsheet and you want to increase that about once you determine your cost. Increase because of the raw material you're getting, for example, the chemicals that you use, the supplies that you buy, the shipping that it takes to get to you, all your other costs. So you want to go into that spreadsheet and increase your price by the amount that will cover your cost. That way you're not losing money going into the busy season and then later realizing, well, you ended up paying for all this. So if you already have a price list from us, go ahead and increase it by at least 10% to cover your costs. And if you don't, then give me a call and maybe I can get you the price list. If you're a customer, yes, I can definitely get you the price list.